So, True Geordie has messed up. And by messed up, I mean he's upset the entire Muslim community. Andrew Tate has responded, and there's a back and forth. We're going to watch a few clips and get into this, guys, because, you know, there's a lot of... True Geordie's in a lot of trouble, let's put it that way. He's been cancelled left, right, and Chelsea, and I wanted to get into it a little bit because I've done a video on True Geordie before about his antics, and yeah, let's just say I don't really like the guy too much, and yeah, he's upset a lot of people. This is the clip in question. If you're not aware of what's happened with True Geordie, troops, he basically said a stupid comment regarding Islam and Andrew Tate. If you don't know who Andrew Tate is by now, you must be living on Mars. But he's a whether you like him or hate him, whatever. He has a massive influence globally, okay? And a lot of people do like him. And he's converted recently to Islam, which, you know, for his own reasons is he's happy to do so. You know, I see it as a good thing personally. I haven't got anything against Islam in the slightest. I've got a lot of you know, a lot of understanding of the religion itself. I've been to the Middle East many times, worked there and stuff, and I like the culture, guys, first and foremost. I'd like to say that. If you truly understand the culture anywhere, I think it's hard to dislike it. But let's get into this clip.
It was a stupid joke. As much as I don't want to repeat the joke, I think it's only right so that people have context who don't understand. I said if he really wants to prove he's a Muslim, he should blow himself up as seriously.
So I don't want to play any more than that on that clip in particular because it's really offensive. Okay, he come out with an apology thereafter saying it. Now, not to defend him in any way, he messed up. Granted, he said something that's absolutely wrong. You can't offend an entire religion, okay? Whether you have opinions on it or not, there's a line that you have to draw with your jokes, and you have to think twice before speaking. Now, that being said, did he think twice before speaking? No, he didn't. Has he done stuff like this in the past, said things that maybe he didn't really mean? Yes, I think he does that quite a lot. It's part of his character, really. Now, it's no defense for saying something as stupid like that, all right? He is a podcaster. His word does reach millions of people, so he should be a little bit more reserved with his thoughts and, you know, think before he speaks, especially when you're talking online. I'm, you know, opinionated in many different ways outside of my YouTube channel. You can't necessarily relay that back on the YouTube channel, on your podcasts. You know, I try to think about what I'm speaking about all the time because what I say on this microphone gets released to the world and people will form an opinion on you, whether you've got hatred in your heart or love in your heart. Now, people have just judged True Geordie off what he said and went, well, he must just be a bad egg nonetheless, irrespective, all right? Even if he has apologized, we now don't like him. And as a result of his words, he's been cancelled, effectively. All of his, or a lot of his sponsorships have cancelled him now. Which effectively has cost him financially for his words. And that's the world we live in right now. You do have to think about who you might be offending and upsetting, and you just can't go around doing that, especially when you've got a platform as big as his. His responsibility as a human being having a platform, if he wants to stay platformed, is to, you know, say the right thing and also mean it. You can't just say the right thing because it, you know, it's the right thing to say. You have to mean it, and if you don't mean it, then you should really stay away from certain topics, okay? Now, if you understand my stance on war, for instance, my truthful stance on it, otherwise I wouldn't talk about it. War, I don't think, can ever be morally justified. I'll stand by my words on that. And, you know, I know there can't really be too many comebacks for that because I mean what I'm saying. I don't run the risk of offending anyone by that, and I've had a long time to think about that before speaking on a podcast about it. So that's kind of how I am with it. Whether that makes sense or not, that's my opinion on it, troops. So you've all seen the comment by True Geordie. This is Andrew Tate's response, effectively.
There's not many people in the world I have a personal beef with. I've had some internet beefs back and forth. There's very few people I personally dislike. One of them is True Geordie. Very insulting, fat, vulgar. He's a dickhead. After me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion and then insulted all Muslims.
Yeah, you can't do that. point blank. I don't care who you are, don't care what faith you are, you can't go around doing that, especially doing that publicly. Now, do I think True Geordie truly meant what he says? I believe the hatred he has for Andrew Tate is real. I don't think he likes him at all. I believe Andrew Tate hates True Geordie as well. They've both said real bad things about each other, about their character, everything else. I think Andrew Tate can take personal offences. I think True Geordie can take personal offences. But what happens here is True Geordie has really overstepped the mark in my personal opinion, and he's offended an entire religion. All right, and of all the religions to offend, you've chosen Islam, and it's like, come on, man. There's billions of Muslims around the world, okay? And I know many myself. I've got friends who are Muslim. I've worked and served with Muslims in the British military, and yeah, you can't go around saying things like what True Geordie said. Now, you know, has he since apologised? Yes, he has apologised. He put his video out. Part of that video, what I've shown earlier, I'll show a little bit more. Many of the comments, if you read on there, believing that he's not sincere at all, and we'll show you some now. So here we are to the comment section on True Geordie's channel. Actually, for the record, I'm going to show you something. That's what I said. I says, the man messed up. The same man apologised. We need to forgive and move on. Now, that's how I think, you know, many people will be thinking the same thing if you've got a little bit morality in you, okay? Is what he said wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely categorically wrong. He's apologised, and I think we should move on. That's my personal opinion on it, okay? But True Geordie blocked me a while ago because I actually called him out for, you know, slandering the Royal Marines at one point, pretending that he wanted to join and, you know, basically saying that he wouldn't serve with these young lads who are potentially cannon fodder. So that's why he's blocked me on there. So I've got my reasons to not like him that much, and I still have the decency to say, you know, let's just move on and forgive this guy for what he said. But the rest of the comments don't feel the same. There's the first one. This isn't an apology. This man needs a reality check. 82 replies, 4.9k likes. This man isn't sorry. He's just trying to save his career. Yeah, I in my honest opinion, although I say forgive the man, I do think he's trying to, you know, stop as much damage happening to his career as he can, because financially it has massive implications for him. Now, Declan Breen says, Brian crying about his mum in the middle of this one is the most disrespectful and narcissistic thing I've ever seen. I disagree with that. Now, my reasons for disagreeing with it is, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I thought it wasn't my place to mention this, but I'll mention it right now, guys. I actually know someone who knows Brian and knows the family quite well. I'm not going to explain any more than that. But in a nutshell, that person explained to me a little bit of Brian's past. And to be honest with you, if you don't feel sorry for him and his past, if you know about his past truthfully, then you haven't got a heart, all right? What happened with his mum and, you know, his dad and things, it's not for me to say, but it's yeah, I feel sorry for him in that regard. And would it have an effect on him? I have absolutely no doubt that it would, and it does have an effect on him. I actually was going to mention, you know, a little bit about this earlier in another video before, you know, he blocked me, and when I was talking about the Royal Marines and stuff and what he had to say, I actually was going to call him out for a YouTube boxing fight and use that information against him, but that's not the right thing to do morally, so I'm not going to mention too much about his past. Now you can dig deep on the internet to find out about his past anyway, but yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for his past. Do I think it was the right place to bring it up? I don't think he intended on bringing it up in this podcast anyway. I just think if you look at the way he started to cry, it was almost uncontrollable for him. So I think I think it's affecting him. I think it's affecting his judgment, and I think times like this, me and my dad were talking about this a while back. And it's as if True Geordie's on a self-destruct button, okay? He's messing with the, heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. He's had a few things to say about the Furies in general over the past year or two anyways, and I just think he's on a bit of a road to carnage. I think he's... I don't think we've heard the last of this saga with True Geordie. I think we have against Andrew Tate. I don't think we're going to see anything happen as a result of the comments. He has apologised, but I do think there's going to be more coming out about True Geordie, not in a way of information either. I just think he's doing things that are almost self-destruct like, and yeah, I don't want to see anything bad happen to the guy, all right? Although I don't like him personally, I wouldn't want to see anything bad happen to him, put it that way, okay? He's... everyone deserves another chance, really, but I just wanted to go through that with you guys today, a little bit of a different video on that, because we've had a little bit back and forth in the past with True Geordie anyways, troops, okay? So, one more thing, we didn't go through the rest of that video, so let's do that now. Okay, so here's the actual full response from Andrew Tate.
Why? He's a very insulting, fat, vulgar. He's a dickhead. He's an unlikable person. He's not very smart. He's stupid. He has his little girlfriend who sits next to him. And they did a video about me long ago where they were insulting a bunch of women who worked for me, calling them horrible names. He made full-grown women cry. I replied and said that's a horrible thing to do and he should apologize. He refused to apologize because he was full of hate. Turns out the man was full of hate because he ended up begging for dildos off of a woman. The screenshots were leaked of him begging for dildos, begging to suck on them, begging to be cheated on because he likes to be dominated by females. He sits there, fat. That's why he eats so much, to try and pretend he's bigger than he is. He sits there fat, trying to convince the world it's muscle and that he's a tough guy. But truthfully, he begs to be dominated by females. So this person is genuinely a piece of shit. And now, after me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion, and then insulted all Muslims, saying that Muslims blow themselves up, and that I should go blow myself up. We should all blow ourselves up, making fucking racist comments about an...
Yeah, stupid racist comment. He messed up. He did mess up big time, guys. Can't be defended. Cannot be defended.
Entire religion, as if that's somehow funny. Let me tell you something, my friend, and if True Geordie, if you're watching this is a message directly to you. There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things which are not funny. Certain things that are not beyond reprisal. You don't sit and insult a man's religion. Just like you don't insult a man's entire company and the people who work for him. That's one thing. But to insult my religion and the religion of billions of people across the fucking planet, making ignorant jokes about fucking blowing ourselves up, thinking that's going to go without consequence, you're going to learn very quickly, my friend, that was a mistake.
Hey, not often I genuinely believe threats as such, but I believe every word Andrew Tate's just said there. Love him or hate him, he has his. I have my own opinions on the man, but when he says that, I absolutely believe what he's just said. I believe that, he's saying, you should basically shut the F up, and if this is going to go without consequence, you're sadly mistaken. I believe him, but do I think he's going to do anything in particular to True Geordie? I don't think he is. I think he's got he got bigger problems in his life to worry about than True Geordie, and again, I wouldn't want to see anything happen to either of them, all right? That's just the way I am, guys. But I guess the moral of this story is, and it's food for thought with myself to make me understand a little bit more about what I'm commenting on and stuff, is to try is always try and refrain from offending people, okay? You can get information out there in a certain way without offending people, and yeah, it's something that I think we can all work on a little bit. You just have to check my comments on my videos sometimes to see the amount of hate pushed towards me. It's just the way the world is at the moment. But moral of the story, guys, be careful what you say, because things might actually come back to bite you in the butt when you least expect it. That's what I'm taking away from this. Hey, guys, if you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop, post a comment. We're on Telegram now. Link will be in the description if you want to join the Patreon or join as a member to help us out. We are just a single entity filming this type of stuff, and yeah, the support would go really, really well. But other than that, I'll see you in the comments, troops. Take it easy.